this is Mr. Leek's free science tutorials. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to go through the basics of how to get the best possible GCSE grades in science, whether it's their combined, higher or foundation, or your separate sciences in biology, chemistry and physics. The 5 main things are that you know the facts. Now, if you know the facts, and what I'm talking about here is if I've got an animal cell that looks like that, you've got to know that's the nucleus, that's the mitochondria, they're cell membranes, then the ribosomes, that's the cytoplasm. You've got to be able to link your knowledge. So rather than knowing one individual thing, what you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to link your knowledge between all the 5 different parts. So the nucleus is where the DNA is stored and it controls the functioning of the cell. You then got to be able to answer long questions. Now, this is a typical question that could get asked, and it says there, describe a eukaryotic animal cell and explain the function of all its parts. So, what you would do with that is you would say the nucleus, labelled, right, is the part of the cell that contains the DNA and it controls the functioning of the cell. The mitochondria, this is where cell respiration occurs, and then you could put into the formula to extend the knowledge. Cell membrane, this controls what goes in and out of the cell. Ribosomes, this is where protein synthesis occurs, and cytoplasm is the site, it's like a jelly-like substance within the cell, that is where all the chemical reactions take place. What I've then done is I've answered a long question. Describe a eukaryotic animal cell and explain the function of all its parts. The 4th one there is use key terminology. When I was talking about ribosomes, I didn't say this is where proteins are made. What I did was I said protein synthesis, because protein synthesis is then the correct terminology, the expected terminology in an exam paper. The final thing is answer the question. For this one, I didn't talk about plant cells. I didn't talk about bacterial cells. I talked about eukaryotic animal cells. Then what I did, I explained the function of all the different parts. So in summary, to get the best possible grades in science, what you need to do is you need to know the facts of each one of the individual subjects. You need to be able to link your knowledge. So link the facts, and then so you can string together all the different bits of knowledge. The 3rd one is then answer long questions. There's a typical question, right? And so what you can then do is then you can get full marks on an exam by including as much information as possible. Use key terminology. Ribosomes, protein synthesis. Answer the question. They are the 5 key facts to getting the best grade in a GCSE exam. The rest of the videos that I'm going to be putting on here, all right, are going to be dealing with individual topics with other extended questions, where you then need to learn the facts and be able to answer long questions.